Tony here from Big Ears Audio for another edition of Love What You Do, Do What You Love. I'm here with the beautiful Lyndall Mitchell from Aurora Spa, founder, author, presenter.
Yes.
Is there anything that I've left out, Lyndall, that you do? That you don't do? Mum? Fantastic. Thanks for joining me, mate. I really appreciate it.
So good to be here.
Now, you founded Aurora Spas. Tell me a little bit more about how you got to where you are now. I mean, I know that's just one facet of what you do, but when you were, what's your journey? How did you get, when did you because is it right to say you're in the wellness industry?
Yes.
Is that what I would say? Yeah?
Yes,
Yeah?
25 years.
25 years. So you would have seen a lot of change.
Absolutely.
Because I know now it's pretty, I don't know, on trend. It
Yeah,
seems to be. I mean, maybe because we're looking after each other a little bit more and so on. But back in the day, tell me about how you got involved in the wellness industry.
Well, I think now it's valued, and before it wasn't valued.
Yeah.
That's the difference. So my journey in the wellness industry was actually, I grew up on a farm. So I grew up on a farm in Queensland, and 2 properties away from my family farm was Camp Eden Health Retreat, the first health retreat in Australia.
Okay.
The pioneering retreat. And so when I was 14, I needed to do work experience. Obvious place to ship me off to, my mum thought.
Why not?
She never knew that it was planting seeds. And then absolutely planted seeds for me about, okay, these healthy staff, amazing.
Did you ever have, when you were younger, at 14, I know there's 1,000 things going on in your head, but did you ever have anything to draw towards that sort of industry, or when you just sort of were involved, that's when you sort of went, hey, this is really cool?
It was probably when I went there, I thought, wow, these amazing, vibrant, healthy people are incredibly passionate about what they do. This looks really great. But at the age of 14, it was all about rearing my little pet kangaroo and living on the farm. So
you're a farm girl. That's your background. Oh, beautiful. That's fantastic.
Now on a farm.
Yeah.
And then at the age of 18, when I left school, I went back there. And I really wanted to explore that seed that was planted.
Fantastic.
And spent 5 years, hard slog, working in the lowest paid office position, all the way up to the position that I wanted, which was program director. And what that basically meant was I'd have 50 guests arrive, and I'd navigate and help those 50 guests achieve the goals they wanted to achieve. And people were walking in the doors, and I was just so alarmed by the self-destructive behaviours and patterns that people were coming in with, and the crisis point they were at. So lots of alcohol addiction, drug addiction, stress addiction, gambling addiction, emotional crises, divorces, adrenal burnout, chronic fatigue. I saw people in crisis.
Wow.
And what I saw was I had this amazing privilege of seeing, no matter what point of crisis people are in, wellness was the foundation that gave them back their life.
Fantastic. Yeah.
And for me, what I'd grown up with and what I thought everyone else had grown up with, which was second nature to me, was not second nature to everyone.
Yeah, go figure.
And so I was like, wow, the way I've lived my life is actually the way I'm truly now committed to living my life and spreading and helping other people. So I would work 100 hours in 1 week, then I'd have a week off, 100 hours on and a week off. So I got to see the shifts that happened with people over the week very
So
intimately.
you saw them from when they came in through the journey.
The journey.
And then
absolutely
out. That would have been really satisfying.
Incredibly rewarding, and that's why I did it for 5 years. It was an incredible part of my life.
And that was in Queensland?
Yes, two houses away, so in Currumbin Valley.
And so, how did you end up in Melbourne? And
So retreats, I believe, are amazing, and they have a great purpose because you go away and you have this opportunity to reflect and to really, delve deeper into what it is you want to delve deeper into and have transformation, whether it be just health, whether it be emotional, mental, whatever it is. And it's a wonderful tool. However, the next part of what I saw was what happens when you get home. So you've come up with all these wonderful things you want to integrate into your life. Where do you do that? And how do you transition into the real world?
Okay.
And so I thought, I wanted to create an urban retreat. So sure, you go away, you have this amazing experience, but then you need this point of support that you go back to that helps you continue on that pathway to integrate. Because for me, wellness is not, 1 week of the year.
Yeah, so I was going to say, it's not something that you do and then you go, okay, I'm done now. It's something. It's it's an ongoing thing, isn't it? It's something that is it's ongoing,
Totally.
something that you continue to invest into yourself, and some people are good at it, and
Yeah.
like what you're saying, you've obviously set up like a support, something for people that need that extra bit of support. Yeah.
The easiest way I can explain it is you don't go to the gym once and think, oh, I'm fit forever now. I don't need to go back.
That's right.
Do one meditation. I never need to do that again.
That's right. This
is like cumulative. Let's
It's an
build on
ongoing,
it. So it's small steps to success of the wellness platform and foundation. So
Fantastic.
I wanted to create an urban retreat. There were none in Australia, and when I did my research, really what I was creating was an urban spa.
Yeah.
A spa that had a holistic wellness focus, which has
Fantastic.
been right from word go, which is now 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
So you've got one in St Kilda?
Yes,
The Prince?
so we've got the Prince, we've got Palazzo Versace on the
Yeah.
Gold Coast, and the 2 spas in the international first class lounges for Qantas,
Fantastic.
Sydney and Melbourne.
And
They're the actual
that
spa locations.
was like, I love the word holistic growth. That's fantastic. So you never set out to go, okay, I'm going to have bang 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 bang. This all naturally happened as part of your
Well,
part of
funny
the
you
plan.
say that. When I came up with the concept of Aurora, I was like, okay, I want to have 50 of them.
Yeah.
I want to have them everywhere.
Okay.
And then I did one, and I went, oh, how do I do that?
That was a little bit harder than I thought. Hey, shit, yeah.
How do I make sure every guest has this amazing experience? And then I realised that actually it's more about quality than quantity.
Yeah.
It's about every guest having an exceptional experience, which was more important to me
Yes.
than having
yeah.
dots on the map.
Yeah.
So I very quickly realised, and this is a part of that process of really working out what is it I'm passionate about, what is it, how can I best serve and help people.
That's fantastic, mate. And out of that, you've written a book, or how many?
Yes.
One book?
So I guess there's the Aurora business which
yeah.
is 20 years worth.
Yes.
And then, a couple of years ago I was like, okay, I've been doing similar things
Yes.
for a lot of years. And my message is all around avoiding burnout and crisis.
Okay.
And
Fantastic.
that can be across different forms of, working with people. So I now present, so speak.
So you do public speaking? Yeah,
so
fantastic.
with corporates, and we've started a business called The Essentialist. My girlfriend and I, we met in the school playground, and our kids were in prep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And she has a similar background in
She's
wellness?
been a
or-
life coach for 15 years.
Oh, fantastic.
She's had the burnout. So she's chronic fatigue, had complete burnout,
Yep.
had a year of recovery. And now we've come together because I'm the let's not get to burnout. She's the I've been to burnout.
So, okay,
we
so
come together.
she's got the story, you've got the, so you complement each other in that respect.
Exactly.
That's a great.
Yeah. So we do a few things. Our focus is mainly working with people that maybe can't get to retreats or don't have the time or don't want to invest that time. We go into the corporates, so we go into the offices and we talk to 200, 300, 500 people about self-care strategies, wellness.
Fantastic.
How do you make this practical? Not woo-woo, practical.
Practical.
And that's a really, wonderful experience.
That must
We
be
go and do
rewarding.
tours. Incredibly rewarding.
No, so you've obviously see stories that you start and people come, obviously you must have people come up to you and say, look, before you came along,
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going on. But it's true. Some people, you can't, you don't know what's happening to you until somebody goes, hey, this is happening, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
And then you go, hey, and they go,
But
oh, okay.
that's where companies are valuing wellness. They're
Yes.
actually investing in their staff. So we're doing a national tour at the moment, and the founding director got up in front of 300 people in our last conference and said, okay, so I listened to the talk the girls did last week. That was all great. I just want to let you know what I've changed in my life is I've just proposed to my partner, been with for 15 years or something, a long-term relationship.
Wow.
But when you sat down and said what's most important to you, he thought, it's my partner, but I'm not committing.
Yeah, yes, it is.
And
isn't it?
and so changing lives, I mean,
That's
doesn't
great.
get any bigger.
Yeah, no, we
There's
focus
those-
on, we focus on, it's interesting as human beings, we focus on things that aren't really that important, or we think are important at the
lots
time.
of extrinsic.
But then it's the little things that are most important. And when you step back and go, hey, okay, space, man.
Space to reflect.
That's fantastic.
So that's one part. Then writing books has come out of that, because when we go and speak, people say, I'd love to read this, or where can I hear more of it, or
Right.
so the books came out of that, people really requesting the information. So we wrote Chaos to Calm last year.
Chaos to Calm, yeah.
Yeah, that's because we see lots of chaos and we
Yeah.
want to get them to calm. And then next week,
Yeah.
we're launching Shine, which is 20 Ways to a Happier Life.
Your second book?
Yes,
I didn't know
second
that.
book.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Write that this
Beautiful.
year.
So that means more talking tours, more of that, getting out there, a little bit of promo.
Yes, yeah. So we generally do a tour and we do the books, and they're published with Penguin, so that's all really great. And then I do one-on-one executive coaching. So
That's fantastic.
it's a lovely mix, because I found out as my business got bigger, I found that I was working more with my staff and not as much with the clients.
Yeah.
And so I really wanted to have more of that as well. So the executive coaching gives me that one-on-one again, which I really love.
It's interesting when you start something, you forget why you started it in the first place, because you have to run the business. So
Absolutely.
you're running the business, then you realise,
Yeah.
hang on, it's like, and then you go, okay, then you step back and go, okay, this is what I'm doing it for.
Totally.
And that's when you get fulfilled.
Yeah.
That's when fulfillment comes into it. And I think that's really important. If you love what you do, there's one thing loving what you do, but you need to be fulfilled. You need to have that passion.
Well, that's where I know the message of what I love
Yep.
to talk about, but there's just the different mediums for it. So now it's the big groups, and that's always challenging, and that's growth. I see that as
Fantastic.
always growing myself. There's the executive coaching, which I just get so much reward out of. Book writing, which is another skill, and then my business. So it's a really great variety, but that was just learning as I went, really, what I wanted to do and how.
But you've always wanted to do it, and like anything, it's a lot of hard work, but you're happy, and that's what I love too.
Very
every
happy.
time I see you, you're always happy. You radiate this beautiful energy, and I will say thank you for joining me on Love What You Do, Do What You Love.
Namaste.
Thank you.